From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventures. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. This is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors, we're taking you on a once-in-a-lifetime hunting trip celebrating our U.S. veterans and first responders. And later, we'll catch up with Brian Flaherty of TenPoint Crossbows for an epic Texas whitetail hunt. Americana Outdoors recently had the honor of covering Sportsman's Choice and Record Racks bucks for the Brave event sponsored by Cargill and others. This momentous event offers our brave veterans from all branches of the military, as well as retired law enforcement officers, firefighters, and EMTs, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to partake in a donated outdoor experience that transcends far beyond just a regular hunt.
We are at Thumbtack Ranch, and it's owned by Trinity Oaks. It's a nonprofit organization that we've worked with and sponsored for several years. This is the 6th year now. This is the 4th year that I've guided and volunteered at this Bucks for the Brave event with these veterans and first responders. We go through a long nomination process throughout the year to select military veterans and first responders, and they're nominated from friends, family. Go onto our website and give a little bio on them, and we'll go through a selection process and pick those veterans and first responders. Everything's paid, flight, travel. We pick them up at San Antonio Airport, bring them down to Thumbtack Ranch here in Batesville, Texas, and then the fun gets started. We go on hunts, they get a trophy, they get several management opportunities, hogs, predators, all kinds of stuff. 3 meals a day, great accommodations, and a lot of fun along the way too.
When you come to an event like this, when you have these retreats and these getaways where soldiers can get back out here, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guard, they can get out here in nature and they can really enjoy themselves. And there's nothing to be worried about. There's no need to worry about the cell phone or what's going on in the rest of the world or what bills you got to pay. Just sit down and reflect back on your service and share your stories with your other brothers and sisters that are out here with you. And I think that's how you find that healing. Because this little ring that I wear on my finger is my salute hand, my trigger finger. It's called the #22kill ring. On average in America, 20 to 22 veterans are taking their lives every day. And why are they doing that? Because they don't have the opportunity like this to come out and just let it go, to decompress, open up and let other people care for them. And some of our stories, some of our experiences, we can only really open up with other veterans because, some people in the civilian world just don't understand what we've seen, what we've been through. And so that's why I think it's so good for us to be able to reach out communities like this and the volunteers that you see coming out here and just blessing these veterans and truthfully putting deeds to the words of thank you for your service.
I think it puts you in a different frame of mind because we get so wrapped up in the world around us. So many of us carry so much baggage from the things we've experienced in the past. So when you're out here, you're in the moment. And a lot of times the healing comes in the stories, so that's a good thing. So it's a neat opportunity. We just have a chance to forget the world and the worries and just be treated like kings out here. And it's neat, it's humbling because you don't expect it, you don't feel you deserve it. So that part's hard. It was very uncomfortable to begin with because it just doesn't feel like you should be having this opportunity, so.
So we have a lot of veterans that work for Cargill, the parent company, and Record Rack being our deer feed. And so they get it, and our company gets it too. And we have a lot of leadership people that are from the military. They want to give back, they're about community enrichment. And so to be involved in an opportunity like this to help sponsor a ranch and to partner with Trinity Oaks to do this is pretty cool in our way of giving back.
That's one of the greatest things about working for Cargill and being able to represent the Record Rack brand is knowing that it is backed up by a company that really wants us to go spend time and do these things and seek these opportunities to give back to our community. And that's just a real rewarding thing for an employee to be able to be a part of, and I'm just really proud that they take that position.
I just think it's awesome. I think this is one of those events, if you're a corporation and you're looking for something to get involved in, that is the right thing. This is it right here, Bucks for the Brave.
Registration for the 2022 Bucks for the Brave event is now open through September 11th. If you'd like to nominate the hero in your life for the next Bucks for the Brave event, Follow Sportsman's Choice and Record Rack Feed's Facebook page to stay up to date with the latest contest announcements, and visit their website to follow the rules to nominate someone who you think would love this adventure. All right, during our time at the Bucks for the Brave event, we hunted with U.S. Navy veteran James Walker. Let's get out in the field with him and his hunting guide Jared Erickson and see how his first hunt went down.
Oh, we got our first buck. He doesn't have a tag.
And then there were none.
Oh, they're not far.
What's the biggest deer they've pulled off of this place?
Oh, they'll have some over 200.
Really?
This is my 4th year, and I've watched all these deer with the yellow tag, green tag, all that stuff. I've watched them grow up, and I can tell you, since the first year, they were big then.
Yeah.
And every year you see them, and you're like, oh, we can't shoot that one, we can't shoot that one. Now, all we're shooting is the tag deer, so you're in luck.
Well, we had a pretty good morning. We saw a lot of activity, saw lots of does, a nice little buck, but a little young for what we're looking for, but very promising, and it was exciting to hear a couple of shots and know some of my buddies got a nice buck that we got the chance to look at and get our hands on, which is always a pleasure, which is mine, but glad to be able to see it and get the opportunity to experience it anyway with him. So.
Yep, always a good first morning when we get a deer on the ground for sure, so glad for Jason.
Yeah, I was too. Love to see it. I love to touch it. I never handled a deer that big, so that's just a good thing anyway.
Yep.
When we return, we'll head back to the field for more Bucks for the Brave hunting action.
Trust. It comes from experience. Long seasons, short nights. Lessons learned and shared. Sometimes it's easy. But usually it isn't. Seasons come and go, and few things last. The ones that do are the ones you trust.
You always hope for the buck of a lifetime. When it comes, will you be ready? 0.
There's only room for one at the top. With speeds of 505 feet per second, the Nitro 505 is the fastest crossbow in the world. TenPoint, defining crossbow precision for over 25 years.
Welcome back to Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. Welcome back to our coverage of the 2021 Bucks for the Brave event. Here's James' thoughts on how his time here at Trinity Oaks has played out.
One thing, just being out in the woods is an incredible relaxing opportunity. They have created something here that's unique. They have some incredibly healthy population of deer and exotic animals. We have seen an unbelievable number of deer, some really, really nice bucks, not the ones we're looking for just the right trophy buck. We've seen some axis deer, we've seen some oryx goats, we've seen some other exotics that I can't pronounce the name of them. They're just beautiful to look at, but the volume of deer here is just mind-blowing. I've never seen this much a concentration of healthy trophy-sized deer in one place.
It's the evening of day 2, and James and Jared are headed back to the stands. Let's see if we can get our hands on that trophy buck for James.
It's all Dad.
Pretty now.
He's pretty.
Oh, look at that little booger. He just squeezed in between the fence, pulled the pin spine out, and squeezed it in there to the feeder. It's too cool.
I ain't jumping this.
I'm smarter than that. It's funny.
Well, we may not have witnessed James get his trophy class buck during our time with him, but that doesn't mean he ended up going home empty-handed. Check out this massive stud of a buck he harvested later in the week. Congratulations, James. What a gorgeous buck to take back home. When our servicemen leave active duty, it often feels as if they're leaving behind their calling and the familial bonds they formed while in service. What Record Rack and others have done for the last 6 years in hosting the Bucks for the Brave event is to find a way to give back to those who devoted their lives to protecting ours. This hunt is a chance for those veterans and first responders to connect with others who've endured similar circumstances throughout their careers in service to our country, and within 5 short days offers an incredible opportunity for a sense of healing and camaraderie. Before we wrap up our time at Trinity Oaks, let's hear from our veterans one last time.
The organization, what they're doing is fabulous. You know, think that they're going out of their way to support us, to provide opportunities for the disadvantaged children, the other veterans groups they work with. It's amazing to see what they've got here. But now we also have an opportunity to share and promote what they're doing here, and I think that's an important thing because it needs to happen. It needs to introduce more people that might not otherwise be introduced to outdoors, ever get out of the city to have a chance to get out here and see this great land around us and all that they're doing here, so it's a pretty neat thing.
The cool part is getting to see the guys from the other services and communicating with them and just fellowshipping and getting to know their stories. Yes, I came on to hunt, and the hunt, I think, after knowing these guys and meeting these guys, it's all secondary. I mean, these guys have experienced some things that most people couldn't even imagine.
All of us here have issues. A lot of it is PTSD, and then, of course, all the injuries, the bullets and shrapnels. And this is a way to get away from your thoughts. It's the PTSD is a real problem. And hunters, not even military, hunters we have a bond. Now you add that with a bunch of military guys that enjoy being outside, whether it's hunting or fishing, and then you come together. It's just people you don't even know you bond with. You don't have to say much to them because they know what you went through and you know what they have gone through. And it's just really, really, really special.
In closing, we would like to thank Cargill, Trinity Oaks, Sportsman's Choice, Record Rack, and all the other sponsors for hosting this once-in-a-lifetime event. And finally, we extend a sincere thank you to the brave men and women who've donned the uniforms to protect and serve not only our country, but our communities as well. If you know someone who would benefit from being invited to the next Bucks for the Brave event, follow the Sportsman's Choice and Record Rack Feed Facebook page to stay up to date with announcements, and head over to their website to send in your nominations today. Coming up, we're heading just a few more hours south to our own deer camp to go on a crossbow hunting adventure with TenPoint Crossbows' Brian Flaherty.
Attract that buck and keep him there. Deploy Record Rack's deer blocks featuring their exclusive berry recipe for ultimate attraction and consumption. The smell draws them in, but the taste keeps them coming back for more. Learn more at recordrack.com.
Sometimes the world can seem a cold place, so we gotta bring the warmth to it. Sometimes the world can seem a dark place, so we gotta become the light in it. Sometimes the world can seem a broken place, so we gotta strive to fix it. We prepare for the worst, but we must always expect the best.
Welcome back to Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin.
You know, Brian has been coming down here now for a few years, and the basis of this trip really every year is because there's several new TenPoints and Wicked Ridge crossbows that are getting ready to roll out at either sometime in December or early in January at ATA. And it's always exciting because I get to see, and as everybody on our staff does, all the new stuff that's coming out that we've been talking about and hearing about, and we get to field test it. We're gonna have it out here on the range, shooting off the patio, shooting off to the side, you know, shooting it into different targets, trying different broadheads out. I mean, it's a full window of opportunity for us to field test, be able to provide some input before the product launches. And we're also shooting a lot of this so that what people are first seeing, you know, whether it's a commercial or a tutorial on how to use it, all of that data is getting captured here so that that information can be disseminated to the public. So this is always a fun week when Brian comes in because it's kind of new toys and it covers the entire, you know, picnic tables a lot of time.
To kick off our time in the field with Brian as he tests out the brand new TenPoint Nitro 505, we're heading to a familiar area of the property known as the Honey Hole.
The Honey Hole's a place that we've got 15 plus years of experience on, but it's been kind of in a down cycle the last few years back there. We're not seeing the quality of deer that we normally see, but we've got a, you know, one of the stealth cams set up on a wireless, you know, signal, and there's a deer that I'm familiar with that has moved from another stand to this location here that's a big, wide, mature 8-point. Great brow tines, big main beams. And we're just kind of hopeful that this deer is going to kind of troll by that box blind and give us an opportunity.
We're going to shoot that deer if he comes in the rain.
So we got in the blind, had a decent amount of time to kind of get set up and settled in. We saw the 8-point, the mature 8-point that we were after. We never really got a great shot to pull the trigger, but it was some awesome hunting action. Awesome to see these bucks chasing the does all around this morning. Just really, really exciting stuff. So that's what it's about, right? Seeing these deer, these whitetail, what a majestic animal, just doing their thing in nature.
Before we head to break, let's take a look at the technological advancements from TenPoint Crossbows that made cocking and decocking your crossbow a breeze with the AccuDraw decock feature.
So we just got back from the morning hunt out here at camp and unsuccessful, didn't take a shot. And if you're a crossbow hunter, you know the drill, right? Typically you head out to the range, discharge your crossbow, shoot it into the target. Maybe you bend the arrow, maybe you damage it. Well, with the AccuDraw decock on our select Wicked Ridge models, it allows you to safely decock your crossbow if you don't take a shot during the hunt. The nice thing about the AccuDraw decock is that you can stop at any point during the decocking process, remove your hand from the handle. Maybe it slips off, maybe there's a bug on your neck that you wipe off, but when you stop at any point and remove your hand, it stays right where it's at. It doesn't spin wildly out of control, potentially damaging the crossbow, injuring yourself. So it is a safe decocking crossbow mechanism. I can stop at any point, as I mentioned. I could restart the cocking process if need be for whatever reason. To learn more, visit wickedridgecrossbows.com, TenPointCrossbows.com, or head to your local dealer and test out the AccuDraw decock on our Wicked Ridge crossbow models.
Waterproof your hunting gear with ATSCO. Get maximum protection for your hard-working leather with ATSCO Snow Seal. By using ATSCO Snow Seal on preheated leather, it instantly melts and draws deep into the pores for lasting protection. ATSCO Silicone Water Guard repels water while still allowing material to breathe. Get 30 to 50% more usable product in the same size can than traditional aerosols. Visit atsco.com or call 800-845-2728 today.
From sun up to sundown, day in and day out, we work hard. We play hard. And to keep us going during those long hours, we demand performance. Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler.
It's in our nature to protect. defending our heritage, our way of life, and the ones we love. It's your right. Don't give it up. Protect it or lose it. Walkers.
Welcome back to Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. When we left for break, Brian hadn't quite had a chance to get a shot off on the buck they had their eyes on, but with a quick change of scenery, they're hoping to have better luck this afternoon.
This morning, we had a shooter come in, almost pulled the trigger, but they started to rut. They were chasing some does. It was exciting to see, so we're going to let that spot kind of cool off this afternoon. And then, if nothing happens here, we'll hit that one up tomorrow morning one last time, but I'm down to 2 hunts. I got tonight and I got in the morning, so it's getting down to the wire here.
Let him get perfectly broadside.
Should I shoot him on this step?
Yeah, right there through the shoulder.
Yes. I think I smoked him. Whew, baby, that thing was humming. Golly, was that thing fast. That one walked in and we knew right away that was one of them that we were going to take. It was right where we laid it out, right where we thought we'd have the shot. So, man, that was, the plan couldn't have been any better. Perfect execution, perfect plan. Okay, check this out here. Complete pass through, plenty of blood, tons of blood on the arrow. Good signs. That Nitro 505, man, I tell you what, we knew it was humming when we saw it. Total pass through, lots of blood. We're ready to go find this one. We're assuming it didn't go very far based off the shot and based off what we got here.
Just as we've seen in the past, nothing is as it seems when it comes to hunting. Daylight quickly turned to no light while searching for this deer, and to avoid pushing the buck further into the brush, the team decided to call it a night, thinking this deer was hit in the liver and needed more time. The next morning, the team hit the field bright and early with tracking dogs leading the charge.
All right, so just got a call, got some great news. It was a long, sleepless night, obviously, but we found the deer. Dog's been out here, and we actually found it after 4 days, 5 days hunting this heat in Texas. I'm actually literally on my way to the airport here in the next 15, 20 minutes, but hey, it's a great ending. Dogs are out here, and we'll go check it out. Dude, I cannot believe that. Man, what a week out here. What a week. I mean, it's 75, 80 degrees, dripping with sweat. I mean, it's been so dry here, so dusty, so hot. Finally got a shot last night. Thought it was a good shot. Turned out it was a liver shot. So we gave it some time last night, had the dogs out here this morning, right before heading out, and get a call that they got it, and man, it's just really pleased. Thank God we found the deer, because I had a sick feeling all night, all morning, gonna have to head to the airport with that sick feeling in my stomach, but thank God we got the dogs out here. They did their job, thanks to them, and another successful hunt down here in Texas.
Congratulations, Brian. Nobody can deny the fast speed of the TenPoint Nitro 505, and you've got yourself a great buck to take back home. To get your hands on the Nitro 505 or any of the newest models from TenPoint, head on over to TenPointCrossbows.com. Hey, thank you for watching, and join us next week on a new episode of Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production. This episode was made possible by these partners.
When we discovered EverCalm deer scent, we were just a small family deer farm, and we still are today. Our family put in long hours wondering if it would be worth it. Then, in the late 2000s, the recession hit, and hunters discovered how well EverCalm worked to harvest deer. Their freezers were filled while losing their jobs. With high inflation and empty store shelves, EverCalm can help fill your family freezer by bringing in more deer with ease. Our family is standing with yours.
Help your engine run better and last longer with Seafoam motor treatment. Seafoam is safe and easy to use in all types of cars and trucks. Just pour it in your fuel tank. When added to fuel, Seafoam works to clean and lubricate your entire fuel system. Helps engines start easier and run smoother. Reduces long-term engine wear and helps prevent costly engine problems. Make the proven choice. Seafoam is available everywhere automotive products are sold.
Year of the Airgun Hunter. Umarex Air Guns.
Get the best deer content all year long. Sign up now or follow online at deerblaster.com. The best and weirdest hunting content sent directly to your inbox. Get tips, lessons, and behind-the-scenes stories from across the hunting world. Sign up now at deerblaster.com.